Good evening from Austria.
Wow. Guten Abend.
Von der 3 Tage Körperklasse.
Oh, well.
Yeah, after the 3-day body class, right?
Yes, yeah. And tomorrow is advanced body class with Gary and Dane. Wow. Yay, how does it get any better than that?
Wow, that's amazing.
So my contribution is the energy.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, yeah.
Just a technical stuff. Please, we will ask all the translators start the recording.
Just to make sure that each language is recorded so people can have it at the end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome at Your Acoustical Body intro call. She's Csilla.
And Csilla, this is Rocco.
And
we are very excited because this call will be translated into several languages, which is, wow, how does it get any better than this? Yes, there is a French translation, Veronique translating the French.
So, yeah, so this is the English link, and each translator has their own language links. So I can place here all the links in the chat box. So everyone can see all the links. These are the different languages.
Okay, so here are the links. So if you would like a translation, you can join to
your languages link. Cool. Also, we will mute everyone on this link, but if the translator has a question, then of course, please ask the question. Also, we would like to invite everyone to please ask a question.
Lots of questions.
Because each of us can hear the information differently. So if you ask the question, then you can hear it the way that you need to hear. Cool. So, welcome everyone. And let's start with a question. What is the acoustical body and what is the acoustical vibration? And yeah, that's what we are going to talk about today. What is really this? Because, yeah. So how this whole thing came, that like at the beginning, I had no clue what is acoustical vibration. And really, that's a beautiful fancy word, and I had no idea. I was thinking about maybe it has something to do with music or guitars or something like that. That had no idea what is that. And I really asked myself, like, what should I do? Like, what is this? What would it take to know more about this? And then I started to really ask the question from the universe. And what showed up that at that time there was a body process it was mentioned as a body process in the foundation class that you should run together with a timeless exercise. And I had no clue what is that. So, all right, what if I run that body process? And that is about the acoustical vibration. And I was doing that for 3 weeks in a row, like a couple of times every day. And what showed up, I started to have more insight, more information about what is acoustical vibration and what is this whole thing is about. And really what came that we have a body, we have a physical body. I mean, at least we say it's a physical body. And also we are the infinite beings. And yes, we think that this body is very limited and it's not much fun because the infinite being is infinite, but the body is not. But what happened with the body? So with the body, imagine that this body has, like, as an infinite being, you bring all the implants from previous lifetimes into this body. So if there is any limitation in this body, it's because of the polarity, because of the judgment, because of the trauma,
programs,
and all the accidents that you ever had in previous lifetimes. So whenever you have a limitation, whenever you suffer from an accident or you are tortured, what happens, you make a decision, oh my God, it's so important, it's so significant, I really need to remember this in order to know better next time, or in order to change it. But what it does, it creates an implant, and with that implant, you put it into the body. And anytime when you come into a new body, you put all those implants into the new body. And also, your parents have so many points of view that who you are, or what you as a child would like to be, or how you will look like. So they already have so many points of view, and not just points of view, but projections on you. And your grandparents have projections on you. And then later your teachers have projections on you. And we buy into all these projections and create it as our reality. So if we live in a world where they say body is limited, your body is really physical, and you need a diet, you need lots of exercise, you need different types of vitamins, then you create that reality. If they say you will die at age 60 or 65, because in the family everyone dies at that age, then you create it as your reality. If you see that in the family there is cancer, or there is something like a disease that everyone had in the family, then you will create it as your reality. And these are all implants connected to the body through polarity. So actually the body has no point of view about all these creations. It's willing to create it. And the question is that what you would like to do, and are you willing to change this? So actually the body has the capacity to change all of this. The body has the capacity to embody the infinite being that you are. So are you willing to destroy and create all your points of view about your body? Everything that you bought into in this lifetime and all the previous lifetimes. And everywhere, yeah, all your feelings, thoughts, emotions about the body, and all the promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities, and secret promises and blood oaths about your body, will you now revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and destroy and uncreate for all eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shores, boys and beyond.
Sorry, it seems to be a technical something going weird for the French translation. People can connect.
I'm the link, you know. I'm there. I'm recording and I'm connected on my phone. So what's the problem? I don't see.
People can connect to the Zoom, the French Zoom.
I'm reading that, but I'm there and I'm recording and I'm on my phone on the Zoom. So
can we share here again?
I don't know.
Veronique, your link for the people.
Yeah, for the French translation.
Maybe that will help the people.
1 sec.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so amazing. We have more than 450 people registered for this call in all different languages.
Oh, sorry, I have to put for everybody because I was connected to someone. Yeah, here we go. Here's the French thing.
Cool. Hope it works.
This is the one that we see.
It says the host already has a meeting. You know, well, I'm having 2 meetings. Yeah, the one I'm on with the English, and the other one on my phone.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So this is the one that we shared with everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Hope it will work.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So first of all, let's do some clearings about what is the body and what is the acoustical vibration, and actually, do we have allowance for this to receive, for this to have again on Earth? So everything it brings up, that it's too early to have this information on Earth, where you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And all the points of view about this is an information that we abused many times, so therefore it has to be locked away, and everything of that will you destroy and uncreate for all eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And everything that doesn't allow you to hear this information and to apply information in your life, will you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Right, and all the lifetimes when, you created any limitation about your body and in your body, and you made it significant and lasting forever. So will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and destroy and uncreate for all eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. All right. So, it's really amazing how this can work and how quickly can the body change. So the body doesn't have a point of view about speed, about the speed of recovering. We have a point of view about the speed of recovering. The body doesn't have a point of view about how it will recover, but we have a point of view about how it will recover. Yeah, it's so funny. So, and it's not, so the thing is, you as an infinite being, you are the creator. You are the creator of your body and the creator of your life. And it's so beautiful how it works together with the free will, that no one can interfere with someone else unless they choose it. So anytime when you choose something, or when you align and agree to someone else, it's co-creation. So when we align and agree to that reality, to have to die after 60 or 80 years, that's the reality what we create. But in each and every moment, you have a chance to get out of this alignment and agreement. So you don't have to align and agree to it, and then you can have a different reality. Also, you don't have to align and agree to other people's reality about money, or other people's reality about relationships, or other people's reality about about your body and health. So, like earlier last year, it was a really funny thing. We went on like a one week. We left for 1 week, and when we came back the next morning, I wanted to drink coffee, and what happened that actually the milk, we had a bottle of organic milk, and after 1 week it went sour and it was disgusting. So I was unable to drink my coffee with milk, and then I realized I have so many points of view about milk. How does it work, or how it becomes sour? So I was holding the bottle milk in my hand and started to clear my points of view. All my points of view about the milk, that the milk has to go bad after a couple of days. Especially this is organic milk, therefore it's more vulnerable to the bacterium and all these things. So I was clearing that, and then I was asking for the acoustical vibration of the good milk. Because the acoustical vibration also, it's like this gives the structure of physical things. It gives the way how the molecules build up something. And also the acoustical vibration is the information about how things function and how they build up. And it's not just for milk, it's for all the things that builds up. So I was asking for the acoustical vibration of the good milk and sort of downloading that information into this milk and running that. I mean, the energy was running so amazingly. And after 5 minutes, I checked it, I tasted it, and it was sweet. And, oh my God, the milk changed back. It's great. And I put it back into the fridge, and 3 days later, it was sour again. Okay, I have time, I can do it again. So I was holding again in my hand, was doing the clearings and running the process on it, and then it was sweet again. So I did this game, this fun game, for 2 more weeks in every 3 days, and it always turned back. And then I was thinking about, okay, why should I put it into the fridge? That's also a point of view that I need to clear. So I took it out from the fridge and placed it on the kitchen bench for 2 more weeks. And every 3 days, when I saw it's sour and it smelled disgusting, I was running it, this process and these clearings again. And then it turned back. So after 1 month, I was thinking maybe I need to check with another milk or other milks, how would they look like, or what will happen with another milk if I don't run this process. So I placed another bottle of milk and that on the kitchen bench next to it. So I was clearing this one and not clearing that one, or not changing that one. And what happened, what I see from this, that you can choose which one you change. Like you connect to something and you can change something. And at the same time, next to it, there can be something that is not changed, but the same type. So the other type of milk gets sour, not just sour. It started to have yellow, red, and green spots everywhere inside. It was so disgusting. So there was 2 different realities. In one reality, the milk was not turning bad anymore. Or in that reality, I was able to play with that bottle of milk and make it as a good and sweet milk. And next to it, the other milk, just I allowed it to turn into something disgusting. So you are the one who chooses which reality you create. On physical level, you can create different realities next each other. There is no such thing that if they say that milk has to go bad, you can choose whether it will turn bad, whether it will become sour. You are the one. You are the creator on earth. And you have an amazing body that has total allowance for your creation. So when you create cancer in this body, that will happen. The body has no point of view whether you kill the body or not. We have a point of view about it. But the body has total allowance. It will allow you to do it. It will allow you to have a point of view about aging. You create aging. We create so many things that we don't like, and we think it's something that's naturally has to be part of life. Like aging doesn't have to be part of life naturally. It's not something that you cannot change. You really can change aging. You really can change how your body recovers. You really can change anything physically. So are you choosing to change anything in your life? And everything that brings up, we destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So again, everywhere where it comes up, it's too early for the people on earth to have this information. And if they will abuse this information, will you destroy and uncreate and revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce for all eternity? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And yeah, I mean, it's good fun playing with the milk, but actually there are other things. So I was asking, okay, how can we use it for the body, or how does it look like for a body, or how, what is that thing of miraculous healings? Like, what is that we heard or read about that hundreds or thousands of years ago saints or really spiritually enlightened leaders were doing as a change with the body, like sort of healing instantly, which was miraculous. And what is that? And the universe has a funny sense of humor and started to send me people with different diseases. I mean, all right, what should I do with them? But the information always comes. So when you choose something, the information comes immediately about what you should do. You just need to listen. And that's so amazing about choice, that people are not choosing. And when they don't choose, nothing will come. Only what the society chooses, only the choice that we already bought into as normal or we should have. So I was choosing to see more about what is a miraculous healing, and people came with different kinds of problems, illnesses, diseases. Like there was a lady who came for a bar swap, and her arm was swollen up to the double size because she was stung by a bee and she was allergic to the bee. And she said, like, usually it takes like 1 week for that swollen arm to go back to the normal stage. And it was really painful for her, and she was unable to use it for a bar swap. So I asked her, okay, can we do something with it? Would you allow it, or would you like to, or do you choose it? She said, yes, cool. So I started to ask questions, and what came up that it's an implant. Okay, can we clear the implant? Yes. And then 5 minutes later, she had no pain in the arm. And it was still swollen, but it had no pain, so she was able to use it, and she was able to run the bars. And then the next morning, she sent us a message saying that the arm totally went back to the same size as it was before, and there are no signs that it was, stung by a bee. And what came that, it was an implant from a previous lifetime. So how many diseases, illnesses, or symptoms do you have now with your body or in your body that's not even from this lifetime, that has nothing to do with you, and you think, oh, I'm allergic to this food, or I'm allergic to this thing. However, all of these have a story from a previous lifetime, and we made the story significant, and the only problem is that we don't remember the previous lifetimes now. So everywhere, we still suffer from these stories and the implants created with them. So everywhere where we still function from that, still function from those realities, and still suffer from those stories, will you now destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So it's like creating a reality in this body that has nothing to do with the original story. So maybe, what if this lady died because of being stung by hundreds of bees in a previous lifetime, and then she created this implant. So once
to remind her.
And now it's a very strong reminder. But does she still need it? Is it still relevant to her choices in this lifetime? And it's not just about this. So how many choices we have, like on autopilot, because it creates like an autopilot system. It's an implant that doesn't allow you to have any information about it or any choice with that, because you don't have the information, or you don't know that you can change it. So things can show up very quickly. And also, so we created the class called Your Acoustical Body, which is about sharing these techniques and this information about what is the acoustical vibration and how you can work with the acoustical vibration, or how you download the acoustical vibration. What is the acoustical vibration itself? What is the acoustical vibration of your body? What is the acoustical vibration of the infinite being that you are? Because actually the nature of the infinite being is the acoustical vibration. And also the acoustical vibration is a space of infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities means you can choose. Full stop. You can choose. You can choose anything. You can choose things that are not part of this reality. Even things that no one else would choose. And it's not just airy-fairy, oh, I choose it and then see what happens. You can choose and you can actualize it on Earth. So again, you can choose and actualize it. So your choice can physically show up. Cool. So there were so many people who came with all different diseases, and there is a long list of stories. Like, yeah, so, and it's really about what showed me that people had a story of why it happens. Like there was once we were holding like a Reiki training, and the person came and he said his left arm is in pain for the last 3 weeks and he can't really change it. And you know, for that you really would need the arms. Okay, let's do something. Would you like to do it? Oh yes, please. And I asked questions, and I asked him to receive the information in the arm. So we did an exercise. And he was the one who became aware of his own choices from previous lifetimes. And what happened with that left arm. In one lifetime, he was like a Japanese warrior, and someone in a battle cut off that arm, with like chopped off with a sword. In another lifetime, he was tortured and the arm was pulled off from the body, was torn out of the body. Another lifetime, also it was hurt and seriously damaged in a battle. So he had a long list of stories of previous lifetimes when he lost the left arm. And now in this lifetime, he had a story because when he was a child, he fell off a tree and he broke that arm. Also, after that, he became like a martial arts teacher, and he was protecting his body with the left arm all the time. So by the age of 60 or 62, when he came, he said, well, I have a story with my arm and now it's like activated. It hurts me again. But when he was receiving all this information, so when he was able to connect the dots, when he was able to see the big picture, then suddenly started to feel that there is a huge shift of energy, and we did some clearings, and the pain disappeared, and the symptoms disappeared. So from 1 minute to another, he was able to use his arm, and there were no problems, no pain in that arm anymore.
There is a question.
Yeah. That we are talking about allergy symptoms. And can it be like a capacity that we refuse? Oh, like talking to entities, or how do you know these things from past lifetimes? And also she felt a lot of pain that belonged to the earth. Okay, so the thing is that each and every situation is different. Even you can have the same symptom many times, but it has a different reason for each of that. Like, because a symptom itself it has an information behind. So for example, an itchy skin, when you have an itchy skin, that's a symptom. And that itchy skin can mean different things. So I was working on this once when I had an itchy skin symptom, and once it came that it's an entity. Okay, I cleared it. Next time it came, it's an entity of my grandmother. Okay, I received everything from her, and that was amazing. And then it came, I thought that I'm allergic to milk. And anytime when I was having milk or any milk product, this itchy skin symptom came back. So I asked the question, entities? Yes, it was entities, but is it a point of view or is it a capacity? And once it was a point of view, so the thing is that I had the idea I'm allergic to milk, and the easiest way to create that reality for me was inviting entities that was creating that sensation. And when I cleared that point of view, since then I had no problem with milk. Also, it had another part of it when also lots of entities came because I was eating milk and meat products. And I asked again, okay, what is that? Entities. But it was different. So I asked more questions, and what came up that in a previous lifetime, I was like a shaman or someone who were using or inviting animal entities to help, to support, to work together. So anytime when I was eating some milk product or animal products, I was always inviting all the animal entities to help or do something. And it was really, really disturbing because I didn't know what's going on. And it showed up as a symptom, like allergic reaction or heaviness or dizziness and all these things. And then people goes and say, oh, of course, I'm going to be a vegetarian. If you don't ask questions, you become a vegetarian to avoid it, or a vegan to not have milk. But actually, are you willing to ask the questions? Because there is always information behind each and every symptom. So just because I had the same symptom over years, it had so many different reasoning and different choices in the past that created the symptom. So just because someone has an itchy skin, it doesn't mean it's because of entities. It doesn't mean it's allergic. It doesn't mean anything. But are you willing to receive the information behind it? Are you willing to receive what does it mean? So how do you create it? What was the reason for creating it? Is there a question? Iram? Cool. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. So first I am going to say it in Turkish and then I translate.
Please.
Okay.
İrem Hanım, benim bir arkadaşım var ve biraz fazla kilosu var. Her yöntemi denemesine rağmen kilo veremiyor. Bu durumda ona nasıl katkı olabiliriz?
So everyone can understand now.
So she asked, I have a friend and she has a lot of weight and she tried all the ways, but she couldn't even give any weight. How can we contribute her?
So has a friend who has what?
Weight.
A lot of weight, like obesity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the thing is,
every situation is different, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one thing that can really work is willing to receive the infinite being who you are. So, and we can do this all together like an exercise. Just lower your barriers, like all the expectations, all the points of view, all the limitations, all the need to be protected. So lower all your barriers, have no barriers at all. And just allow your body to receive. Allow your body to receive anything and everything. The information, the energy, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good, bad, ugly, that means the willingness to see things as they are. It's not about if someone want to hurt you, that you allow them to hurt you. It's not about that. The willingness to be, know, perceive everything with no points of view, with no judgment. Because from the moment you have a judgment, you create a polarity, you create a significance, and through that judgment, through that polarity, you create that as your reality. So you will invite the topic of your judgment into your life, and you will start to have more of that, and more and more and more. So just lower your barriers and allow yourself to have total ease with your body. It's not inside the body, but with your body. As an infinite being, you have, your nature is expansion. So just allow yourself to expand out in all directions of the universe. And as you expand out, you stay in the body, or you stay with the body, but you don't jump out of the body. So just allow your being to expand out in all directions of the universe. And just expand, expand, expand. And as you expand, just receive everything in this expanded space. All the information, all the energy, all the different vibrations. So when you receive something, it doesn't mean that you make it significant. You just receive it with no points of view. So are you willing to look at your body with no points of view? And are you willing to receive the whole universe, all the people around you, the animals around you, things, a house, a car, all the things around you? Are you willing to receive everything the way they exist, the way they are created, the way they are there? And are you willing to receive the space that they are functioning from? All right. And just receive your body. Receive everything that your body is. Just receive all the information about your body. So actually you can tap into your body and ask your body, like, what does it require for the change? So what does your body require, or what is required for your body to change? And just allow yourself to receive the information, or receive the energy, or receive everything that is required for this change. Receive, receive, receive, receive. And actually, what if you would allow your whole body and your whole being to receive all the time? So everywhere where we made it significant to have this shield, or all the barriers or protective layers around us, where you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. I mean, because these barriers create a limitation. It doesn't allow you and your body to receive. It doesn't allow you and your body to receive information or energy. So it limits your awareness. So true protection is actually when you have no barriers at all, because then you can receive all the information. So you always know what to do, what's going on. Are you willing to have no barriers at all? No barriers with your partner, with your parents, with your children, with your friends, with your colleagues, with anyone else around you. And just receive everyone and everything the way they are, how they exist, and the space that they are functioning from.
I have a question.
Yes?
Can I ask?
Yes, please.
When I lower my barriers, it was just a feeling like a feeling. It's like breaks my heart. It just hurts me, and something inside of my brain, you know, this will destroy me. Just please, love, like take these barriers again. So yeah.
So what we can do still, or together with this, is because we really, to say, so when you have your barriers up, as I mentioned, it really limits your receiving. And when you start to lower your barriers truly, you start to receive everything that you were not receiving. It doesn't mean it's all yours. So everything that you received that you made significant and brought into what you feel or what you become aware of, it's all yours. Where you destroy and uncreate all that and return back to the sender. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So just the other thing that we also can do is just expand your allowance to the level of your awareness. So when you lower your barriers, you become aware of so many things, and those show up as symptoms or different feelings or sensations. And allowance is actually having no point of view about it. And when you have no point of view about it, then the symptoms disappear. It starts to show up as information. So just choose to expand your allowance to the level of your awareness. What it means, you can receive everything with no symptoms. And everything that brings up, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Just allow your body and your being to receive, receive, receive, receive. Cool. And just expand. Expand your allowance to the level of your awareness. And just receive everything with ease. The way they are, the way things show up, with no points of view. Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So, cool. So there was a question, in which other ways can we use the acoustical vibration? Oh yeah, and returning back to this topic. So what we see that when you live together with someone who has a point of view about anything, you start to buy into it as yours. For example, when you live together with your parents as a child and they have a point of view about bodies, they have that vibration all the time. And you as a child, you stay in that vibration all the time, and you start to create it as normal. you buy into it as normal. And even when you leave the house, the family home, and you create your own home and you have your own family, you start to look for the same situation, for the same environment. So you will choose the same way, you will invite same type of people, and you in your body will vibrate the same way, will have the same information. By the way, the acoustical vibration is information. So what are the choices? Because that's a choice. It's not a conscious choice, but that's a choice. When we take something as normal, it's a choice. So everything that is not working for you, was that a conscious or an unconscious choice? And also, what lies have we bought into so we still maintain that choice? Right. And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And who I am without my stories.
Yeah. Who am I without my stories?
Who am I without my past? Who am I without my family?
So, yeah. It was really interesting that the story is something that maintains the symptom. Like there was a guy who had frozen shoulder on both shoulders. That means he was unable to really move the shoulders or the arm freely or put up the arms. And he had a story that like 3 months before, he was working in a factory and he had to lift up like 300 very, very heavy boxes to the top shelf. And after that, he started to have this frozen shoulder symptom. And he went to the doctors and they said, it needs to be operated. There is a surgery required, but even with the surgery, it may not help. So he came to us and what should we do with that? But actually, the story was not significant for us. And
who does this belong to?
It was a who does it. In some level, it was a who does this belong to. But what happened that like within 1 minute, yeah. So what we did, we asked another lady, and we asked him to touch the lady's hand and just hand it over to the lady. And he did it. And a minute later, he had no pain, nothing. And his arm and his shoulder was moving in all directions. And he was so happy. Oh, I can move now. And no pain. And he was happy and he was unable to believe what just happened. And also the lady started to have all the information of what he was choosing. And what showed up that and he also became aware of it, that many years ago when there was the 9/11 in the United States, that sort of terror attack, then he watched it in the TV when it happened, and he made like an offering, like a 4 hours long meditation as an offer for them to help them to support
all
the people who died in that. And that many years later just showed up, was activated as a frozen shoulder. And also after we cleared that. So the thing is that the willingness to receive the information will make the symptom to disappear and would allow the body to change immediately. Like, I didn't have to touch him. I didn't touch him. And also the lady didn't have the frozen shoulder after that. Because there is an information behind each and every disease, each and every symptom. Even if you had an accident in this lifetime, like that man who fall down the tree and broke the arm, and the arm was hit hundreds or thousands of times as a martial arts teacher. It's a story to maintain the symptom, but there is always a choice that happened before that. And if you can receive the information of the choice, it creates the change. So, and also, of course, so this is not even an example about the acoustical vibration, but it's an example about miraculous healings and how we work with information, how we work with the acoustical vibration, which is information, how you start to access the space of infinite possibilities. So also, there was another situation when we went to China. We were holding the first acoustical body class in China. And on the first night, when we went back to the hotel, I just realized the laptop is not working. I cannot turn it on. And it gave me an error message of fan error. So when the ventilation doesn't work, the system doesn't allow it to turn on because to protect the processor. And all right, what should we do with this? I have no idea. Go to sleep, see it next morning, like, you know.
What else is possible?
What else is possible? And next morning, nothing changed. It was still wrong. It was not working. I was shaking it, out the battery, back the battery. Nothing's changed. All right. Wow. I had the information that, okay, just run the acoustical vibration, like ask for the acoustical vibration of the fan that was good, like 7 or 8 years ago, because it was an old laptop. So I placed my hands on it and I was asking for that acoustical vibration to change the molecular structure, to have that as our reality. And then the taxi was waiting for us to take us to the venue. So we jumped into the taxi, arrived to the venue. I opened up the laptop and it was working. And it's still working since then. So this thing never came back. And when I mentioned this story to one of our friends, he also tried it at home. Like 4 days later, he sent a message that, imagine what happened. I had a laptop, which was a brand new laptop, but the speaker started to make some very weird noise and it was worse and worse. And then I did this and it disappeared. And it even sounds better than it was before. So really, things can happen. Amazing things can happen. Are you willing to be the infinite being that you truly be? Are you willing to be the creator that you truly are? So what are you choosing? So the acoustical vibration, as I mentioned, is the very nature of the infinite being that you are. And there are many, many different ways how you can use it. Like you can use it for healing. You can use it to change your life, because there is such thing like acoustical vibration of money, which is the infinite possibilities with money. So what happens in our life, we function from a limited point of view about money. So we create our financial reality through those limitations. But also, you can use the acoustical vibration and tap into the infinite possibilities of money, of how you can create money, how you can generate money, how you can have different money streams or income streams. It's so amazing that when you start to work with the acoustical vibration, it starts to open up your whole life. So you can really, really change your body, your relationship, and everything in your life. because there is such thing as acoustical vibration of relationship. Like, how many of you have a relationship that doesn't work, or doesn't work to the level where it would be joyful, truly joyful? So are you willing to function from the infinite possibilities of relationship? What else would be possible, even if it's not available on earth, because no one else is choosing? It doesn't mean that you cannot choose, or you are not allowed to choose. Even if you can't see a person who would have a joyful relationship, or even if you think you cannot have, but are you willing to choose that? So what is the combination of possibilities that if you were choosing, that would change everything? So there are infinite possibilities, and you are the one who can choose in any combination of these possibilities to create the life that you desire.
Beyond this reality.
Beyond this reality, yes.
I have a question. May I ask it?
Yes, please.
I'm Claudia.
Hello.
I've just had this wacky idea that what would it take, for example, to invite also the entities to step up, step in, step out to be the acoustical vibration for the change on the planet, for generating wealth, money, if we were willing to ask for it?
So it's not just about inviting the entities, but it's really amazing to invite everyone and everything, because entities have awareness or consciousness, but not just them who have consciousness. As an infinite being, you can connect to anything and everything beyond all distances, beyond time and space. So not just in this very moment, but you can connect to the whole universe beyond time and space. Beyond time means past, present, future. You can connect to everything. So all right, so let's run a 10 for the whole universe. So as an infinite being, just expand out in all directions of the universe and allow yourself to be present in this expanded space, to be present with all the planets, all the vibrations, all the energies, and all your points of view about how it should show up. Will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And as we connect to anything and everything in this expanded space, just run a 10. So just what is 10 actually? It is 10 is everywhere where there is a limited point of view, anywhere where the acoustical vibration is limited to a particulate. You connect to it and you run a 10, and that allows it to go back to its original form, to the space of infinite possibilities, to the acoustical vibration. So, and this is why they call the running a 10 is waking up the stupid people, because stupidity is unconsciousness. Stupidity is not choosing from the space of consciousness or from the space of the infinite being that you are. So everywhere where there is a limited creation, everywhere where we or anyone else ever limited the acoustical vibration, Just connect to all of that beyond time and space. Right. And keep expanding and stay present with all of that beyond time and space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And see what will change. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, right. So actually, so the thing is that we created this class called Your Acoustical Body. It's a 2.5-day access consciousness specialty class. And so during the 2.5 days, we will give energetic body processes for that we will swap and exchange. And this is very specific to this class, so it's not taught at the 3-day body class or other access classes. So it's about allowing the body and inviting the body to become the body for the infinite being. So it's about clearing all the implants and all the polarity from the body and lots of other things. And also, so that's the 2nd day of the class when we run these body processes on everyone. And after the class, you can run it on others. So the people will receive a certificate as a practitioner. So people can run these body processes on others or on themselves as well. And we will show and talk about the miraculous healing, how that works and what is that, how you can use it on yourself or on others. And also we talk a lot about what is change and what is choice.
Choice, yeah.
And really what are infinite possibilities. I mean, it's about having the sense that you have infinite possibilities. Not just saying that, oh yes, I'm an infinite being, I have infinite possibilities. Do you function from the space of the infinite being that you are? In each and every moment of your life, are you choosing to function from the space of the infinite being that you are? So this is just another tool that you can use. If something doesn't work in your life, it's not because you are not an infinite being. It's simply because you created it from a space that is not from the space of the infinite being. So, okay. And also during the class, one of the big topics is indefinite living, which is really about the body, that you can choose and you can work with the body to live as long as you choose in that body. So the body doesn't have to die at age of 60, 80, or 100. The body has the capacity to live longer if you choose. It's not a must, and it's not a wrongness if you don't choose. It's rather about you have this possibility to choose with your body to live in this body as long as you desire, without the body to age, without it to become sick or old and full of wrinkles and saggy and not functioning. Of course, it wouldn't be fun to live 500 years and, 400 of that in a sick bed or as old that you don't want to look into the mirror. So it wouldn't be fun. So you really can work with the body and create your life from that space of indefinite living. And are you choosing that? And this is one of the big topics of the class. Another one is how we work with the acoustical vibration.
And engaging the elementals.
Oh yes, we didn't talk about that, engaging the elementals. because that's really part of working with the acoustical vibration. Like we had another example with that when we were holding this class in Hungary. There was a lady and she had a big fat knot or big knot, like a cystic knot on the leg, in the muscle. And during the class, she asked if we can change it, and she placed her hand on it. She was like 4 or 5 meters from us because we were sitting on a podium or whatever. And we were inviting the elementals to create the change. And it was so amazing because she had her hands on it, and under her hands it started to disappear. So in front of 40 people at the class, we were inviting the elementals, and that knot, which was like 3-4 centimeters big, it disappeared. So yes, what else can you create when you work with the elementals?
What else is possible beyond this reality?
Because the elementals, the one that create a reality from outside of this reality, they are working from outside of this reality. Are you choosing to be, know, perceive, and receive outside of this reality? Really, what miracles can you create if you allow yourself to go beyond this reality? Yeah, and we had many examples when people during the class, they have their eyesight healed, so they didn't need to use glasses anymore, even if we didn't work on it during the class. It was just like a side effect, and many of the healings as side effects during the class. So this is also one of the topics about working with the elementals and being present in your life. That's a big one. Choice and being present in your life.
Yeah, lots of exercises, lots of life facilitation. It's amazing. Lots of change.
So it's usually it's a Friday evening plus Saturday, Sunday all day, like 9:30 till 5:30 or 6.
Yeah. So the next class will be 2 weeks time in New Caledonia, after we are going in Bordeaux. Yay. And next May we are going to Corsica, and in summer we are going to Europe, in different countries. The places and the dates are coming very soon.
Yeah.
We are so excited about this Europe tour again.
Yeah, because this year we've been to Europe. We spent like 2 months in Europe holding classes, the Acoustical Body class in France, in Netherlands, in Switzerland, in Russia, St. Petersburg,
Hungary.
Yeah.
It
was so much fun.
Yeah.
Lots of change, lots of creation, lots of magic.
So what else is possible now?
Yeah. And last weekend we just been to Taiwan.
Oh, wow.
And before that in Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
We really love
it's
the magic that can
amazing
create.
to see how people desire to change their life and the whole world.
Yeah,
and they are really willing to do that.
Because the amazing part of it is when you choose something greater, when you start to step into the space of the infinite being that you are, it's naturally an invitation for the people around you. They start to choose greater. You don't have to convince anyone. They start to receive the information that greater is possible. That outside or beyond this reality is possible, and you are the invitation. And then they are an invitation for others. It's like a virus of consciousness.
Are you willing to be the virus of consciousness and go everywhere?
Yeah, the unstoppable virus of consciousness. It's so amazing how great invitation is that for people when you choose. So what do you choose?
What do you choose?
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So thank you so much for all the amazing questions. And thank you so much for being present and joining us today. And thank you so much for the amazing translators.
Thank you. We are so grateful for all of you. Yes.
Thank you. It's amazing.
We will send out the recording very soon. The English one. Thank you. The English one and all the languages, and also with the dates as well.
That we know.
That we know
that we
already.
Don't know yet.
And
all the information and yeah, looking forward to meet you somewhere, somehow, sometime.
Soon.
Yeah. So thank you again. And what is the change that you can create in the world? And are you willing to be that, no matter what?
What else is possible beyond this reality? Are you choosing that?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and see you soon.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.